Hi Flexers, welcome to Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, right here on FlexFM.online. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 and 2 p.m. Don't forget, it's The Naked Truth Talk Show, the show that brings the truth to the front line.
It's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
CAR, Caribbean Auto Resource, located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. We have a program built for tax time. Our program includes $500 minimum down payment, cash or trading. Qualifies after 30 days on the job. $1,600 minimum income. Units up to 13-year-old. Mileage up to 150,000. Yes, everyone's approved. That's Caribbean Auto Resource. Once again located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. You can contact us by phone at 954-399-3787 or 954-557-9907. Don't forget about our referral program. Refer a friend and earn from $50 up to $200. Yes, it's true. I ask these questions a lot of times, so if you have been wondering, yes, we finance people who don't have a driver's license. Beacon score does not matter. One of my dealers closed a deal on a 383 Beacon. Good credit, bad credit, any credit, you're approved. Don't ask me how they do it, just know that it's done. It's Caribbean Auto Resource. Call them today and you'll be driving in minutes. It's time to stop dreaming and start driving.
Out of my dreams, get into my car.
Tune in to Christine's Closet, live every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. here on Flex FM.
Buyers, homeowners, everyone, the Barrett Group is here to get you the home you need. Selling a home or property? The Barrett Group can be reached at 954-306-8607 to find out how much your home is worth. Buyers, interest rates are at an all-time low. The Barrett Group, 954-306-8607, located at 4977 North State Road 7, Tamarack, Florida. The Barrett Group, South Florida's real estate providers. Thanks, Barrett Group, for your kind sponsorship of this radio station.
This is Nigel Blair from BMG Tax and Accounting Services. Whether you're a small business owner, a manager at a medium-sized corporation, or a self-employed freelancer, the team at BMG Tax and Accounting Services is here for you. We offer comprehensive bookkeeping and tax services designed to keep your finances in check. Keeping track of your finances takes a fair amount of time, energy, and patience, and you probably have a lot of other things on your plate. So don't struggle to keep up with all that number crunching and paperwork. Our bookkeeping services are designed to make your life easier so you can focus on what you do best. At BMG, we're dedicated to client satisfaction, and we're prepared to go the extra miles to earn your business and trust. We pride ourselves on attention to detail in all that we do, and we're ready to put our skills and knowledge to work for you. For more information about our services or to schedule a consultation,
the following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
My gosh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Christine's Closet. I'm laughing because today has been one of those days, I have to tell you. I don't even know where to begin, but it's just been one of those days. But God is yet faithful, and I'm grateful to be alive and to be here with you guys here in another edition of Christine's Closet. Welcome. Welcome back. Thank you, Mr. Engineer, for always having my back and rescuing me. I appreciate you. That's Mr. J, one of the greatest in the business. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. All right. So we're back. It's another Thursday. Hope you having a better day than I was. My day actually it was going good. Just some little knick-knack things here happening, which is, all a part of life. Chop it up to the brain, chop it up to forgetfulness, chop it up to, it's life. I'm human. But all is well. We're good. We're here. We're in the closet. And we're going to get through this. All right? We're here on Flex FM Radio. See, I'm having one of those moments. I don't know. It must be a moment today, Jay. What do you think? Is it because of the weather? I don't know. My brain is a little fogged for some reason. But anyway, we're going to get through this. So let's start all over. We're here live on Flex FM Radio. Flex FM is where we inspire, we empower, we entertain. Why? Because Flex FM is the best FM. It's my FM. It's your FM. I need you to tell a friend so that they can become their FM too. So ladies and gentlemen, please remember to like, share, and spread the word about your favorite show, none other than Christine's Closet, right here, coming to you live every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Post your questions, comments in the live Facebook chat that we always have going on every Thursday. It also continues on Christine's Closet's Facebook group page. If you are not a member, you're missing out. Become a member, because that's where I keep updates. That's where I poll things. I ask questions. I try to get ideas for topics. If you have a guest that wants to come on, go ahead and post there so I can invite you in. And let's do this. This is 2022. This is still January. Today is the 20th day of the month. We've had a lot go on in the past 20 days here in the United States of America, as well as in other parts of the world. But we are yet grateful and alive and thankful to be here tonight. All right. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the show and spending the rest of this evening with you guys. So without further ado, we're going to dive into some closet hangers. My closet hangers, for those of you that don't know, is actually where I post like motivational pieces. What I did last year, I created the closet hanger, and what I want to do with it is to inspire you guys, to empower you guys, and to motivate you guys. And usually the closet hangers are related to the topic that's in the closet for tonight. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it from now on. So moving forward, when you hear me say closet hanger, you already know what time of day it is, okay? The closet hanger number one for today is, what is boundary? Boundary, broken down, is be aware of what is unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you and know that it's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. All right. Was that someone posting online? Jay? Facebook? Oh, I'm not seeing it. See, I don't see all the comments. That's a good thing. Well, no, it's a bad thing. I'm going to say it again. What's a boundary? Be aware of what is unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you and know that it's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. When I saw that, I was like, this would be perfect for tonight's topic. The other closet hanger I have, it's time for you to leave that dark place and really trust God for your healing. I'm going to say it one more time. It's time for you to leave that dark place and really trust God for your healing. Another one I found, if you're a giver, know your limits because takers don't have any. I'm going to say that for the people in the back. If you're a giver, know your limits because takers don't have any. All right. Somebody need to hear these today. If you quit now, you'll end up right back where you first began. And when you first began, you were desperate to be where you are right now. Keep going. I'm going to say that one again. If you quit now, you end up right back where you first began. And when you first began, you were desperate to be where you are right now. Keep going. That's some push for those people out there in the back and over there on the left side of the closet trying to get in where you fit in. Keep going, okay? And last but not least, if you're not being treated with love and respect, check your price tag. Perhaps you have marked yourself down. It's you who tells people what you're worth by what you accept. Get off the clearance rack and get behind the glass where they keep all the valuables. That's where you belong. Ha! I have to digress on that one. Sit up in my seat because we're about to take off because I'm going to repeat that one again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give it some snaps. If you're not being treated with love and respect, check your price tag. Perhaps you have marked yourself down. It's you who tells people what you're worth by what you accept. Get off the clearance rack and get behind the glass where they keep all the valuables. That's where you belong. That's for everybody. The people in the back, the people at the front row, people to my right, to my left, all y'all hiding in the hangers here behind me in the closet, all in the drawer space, up under the bench back here behind me, even up under my table. Even you, Mr. Engineer, that's for you too. Everybody. Come on now, y'all have to know your worth at all times. Add tax and a tip. I tell you that all the time. Now they're telling you to get off the clearance rack. I'm just saying, it was the clearance rack for me. I'm just saying, it was the clearance rack for me. I'm just saying. You know I'm going to repeat these before the night is out. So I'm just going to keep these right here. Okay. Where everybody at today? Nobody's in the closet. What's going on? Okay, guess y'all taking y'all time. I know the weather's bad here in Fort Lauderdale, but I mean, come on, people. I need some people in the closet to talk to me because this topic we're doing tonight is on mental health, and it's for you because there's too much going on in the world today, and we missing it because of this mental health thing that's going on. It's a lot of stuff that happened in the news this week dealing with mental health. I'm going to touch on that in a second. But I'm spelling words wrong. There we go. All right. So, moving on. I feel like I'm talking to myself and the engineer today. It's only us two here today. It's only us two today, Jamar. But I'm not seeing anybody. You see them? On what? I'm not seeing anybody. Even my comment that I posted is not on here. Am I on a different page? Yeah, my stuff isn't on here. I'm not on here with them. Something ain't right. Something's wrong. Okay. I'm just going to leave it alone. All right. Technology, I guess. Unless it's my phone. Should I log out and come back in? All right, let me log out and come back in. I'm sorry to be doing this on the radio, guys, but I just want to be on the same page with everybody. All right, that's what I just logged out of. That's strange. But anyway, that's what happens when you go live and you're trying to follow through with everything on Facebook. I think I'm on here now with everybody. Hello. Let me see who responds. See, I'm not seeing my comments. Something isn't right here. I'm not seeing any comments. Can someone post a comment to me, please, so I can check to make sure? Because when I get into this topic, I'm gonna need your feedback. And yeah, I see them, but I'm not seeing them on my phone. And I hate to do this in the middle of the show, but I need, in order for me, this is the only way I can participate with everybody, because I can't see what's going on. Someone's saying there. See, I got to lean in order to see that. The way these 50-year-old eyes are set up, Jamar, I can't see that. I'm just saying. You hear me. Everybody's hearing me, but I can't see the comments on my Facebook thing that I'm logged into. So give me one more second, people. I'm sorry. Because the topic we're about to get into, I need to know I need to see what you guys are saying so we can communicate, because I don't have a number to give you guys to call. See, it's showing your dad's commercial. Now it's showing me. I don't understand. I can't see, Jamar. Look, help me out here, because there's no comments coming up. See that, right? You see that, right? And that's the thing that we're on. I apologize, guys. I really do. I'm so sorry. But when I start talking about these topics, I usually use my phone with the Facebook chat to, go over the comments and stuff. And that's how I see you. They have them coming up on the prompter. But again, these 50-year-old eyes can't see all of that. So I apologize. And my new glasses are not ready yet with my new prescription. So I can see even better. I can see what you're putting up there, but I cannot. In order for me to see it, I'm going to have to squint and read like that. And even on the big screen, I'm going to have to look away and do like that, or look straight ahead and see. But I appreciate that y'all are hearing. Just bear with me, because I can't see the comments on my phone. So I don't know what's going on. You figured it out? I don't know either. All right, well, we're just going to have to look up here. So if I look like I'm looking off, I'm sorry. Good evening, Cujo. See, when it's time for me to do my check-in, I can't even do my check-in, because that's where I do it off of. Good evening, Cujo. Good evening, Pastor Charles. I see that you guys are on here. I see there's 7 or 8 of you on here. I just updated it. Updated the whole phone. The whole thing. Oh, well. All right, we'll have to go off of who's ever on here posting questions. Okay, so let's go into the closet drop. Again, I apologize, everybody. This is really out of my character to be doing. I told you today was one of them days. The devil is a liar. Not today, not today, not today. Get thee behind me. All right, so our closet drop. COVID-19 is still here with us. I need you guys to continue to protect yourself and your families. President Biden announced this week that the United States Postal Service will be providing 4 take-home tests by mail per household. So for those of you that are in a household with multiple people outside of 4, I don't know what you're going to do. because they're identifying everybody by their addresses, and that's where they're sending the 4 kits to. So if you have a business and someone at your business use your address, you out of gas. If you in a house with 6 people, only 4 of you can use the test. You out of gas. So I don't know what to tell you. The site is very simple because I did it for my household. Went on there, I logged in, I filled out the questionnaires. They ask you a couple of questions. They put your address in there and some other information, and it sends you to the end, and it totals 0, and you hit submit, and your order is processed. And they said within the next 2 weeks, I think they're going to start sending them out. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not a prank. I don't know, but it's to give everybody a chance to have the at-home tests so that everybody can get tested. Those of you that can't get to a line or whatever to get tested in line. I know across the street from the station, they've set up a drive-through testing site. So once again, check your local listings to see who has sites available that you can drive up and test, or whether you can walk in and test, or if you need to make an appointment. But the testing is going on in every neighborhood, so don't feel a kind of way. I haven't heard any more about the drive up pickup test thing that they did a couple weeks ago at the beginning of the year. They did some drive-in thing. Haven't heard much about that. Haven't heard anything, lately with any community organizations doing anything. Hint, hint, I'm throwing it out there, of doing any kind of testing drop-offs, because I guess the kits are not available like that to everybody. So we'll see what happens. The only glitch in this thing was that if you lived in an apartment building, I think they were saying there was some trouble with people, because if you live like here in this office building, if you're like 7841 North Oakland Park Boulevard, and you're suite 210, they were giving you a problem on the computer with identifying your address compared to somebody else's address, because I don't remember them having a slot for the apartment. They weren't recognizing the apartment or building number or whatever have you. So if you use the base address, it was giving you a problem. But of course, one of the sisters worked it out, and she was able to get everybody in her mom's apartment building, I forgot what part of the state that was, worked out, and it was on the news yesterday. Majority of the hospitalized people are those who are unvaccinated and those who are immune compromised. Immune compromised are your diabetics, are your kidney and heart patients, all those with underlying issues, severe issues that compromise your immune system. Those are the people that are in the hospitals. They said majority of the people in the hospital that are suffering with COVID, and the unvaccinated who are in there. So again, if you're not vaccinated, do so. If you are and need a booster, do so. Kids 12 to 17 and adults 18 and up are eligible for the booster. They haven't dropped the age yet. And again, the booster is Pfizer for the kids 12 to 17, and 18 and up, you get your 3 choices of Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson. The vaccines are still available if you have not been vaccinated. Again, my message to everybody, we are our worst enemies at the end of the day. We block our own blessings at the end of the day. So continue to look in the mirror and ask yourself the major question: are you not worth it? And in asking yourself that, are you not worth it to be here with us? Are you not worth it to be with your family anymore? Are you not worth it to even be amongst people anymore? Okay? These are things that you have to think about, people. This COVID-19 is no joke. It's killing people. Now they're saying that it's dying. The Omicron variant has been, diminishing a lot. It has, but not in great numbers, because when I tell you everybody and their mama has had it just about, everybody and their mama has had it just about. And it's coming on like a common cold. But for the vaccinated people and the people with the booster, you're feeling the flu symptoms. So it's like the flu full throttle. Let's put it that way. Okay? And that's pretty much what COVID-19 is. All right. In recent news here in our beautiful sunny sunshine state of Florida, in a city up here called Deerfield Beach, we had NFL player, I don't remember his name, and I didn't write his name down in my notes, I apologize, but most of y'all saw the 6'6", dark chocolate man running around butt naked the other day, scared all the daycare kids. I'm laughing because somebody commentated that, and they started laughing because could you imagine you seeing this 6'6" butt naked dreadlock black guy running through the neighborhood naked, and the facial expression to me on everybody's face, which happened to be white women. No offense to the audience out there, but I'm just repeating what I saw. This was the facial expression. And I was like, really? They couldn't control the way they looked? And that was funny to me. Now, on to a serious note. He was 25 years old. He's a black male. He's 6'6". And he beat up a BSO officer or a BSO deputy who's in the hospital. His injuries have not gotten any better. They've actually gotten worse. I don't know how old this gentleman was, but he beat the officer. He's now out of jail. He was released from jail, and pretty much the big question on the table is what happened? What caused this man, a black man, 6'6", NFL player, 25 years old, to run through the streets of Deerfield Beach butt naked as the day you were born? At one point, they showed him laying down on his back with his legs cocked up rather, in the middle of the road, in the middle of the street. When they finally caught him, they had him handcuffed and sitting on the pavement, butt naked still, and, waiting for the ambulance to come and take him to the hospital to get evaluated and then later on to jail. Me personally, in working in this business, what I see every day, he either had a mental breakdown or he got hold of some bad drugs in his system, whether it was Molly's or Flocka, because them seem to be the only two drugs, synthetic drugs actually, that will cause somebody to strip down butt naked and do something like that. I don't know if many of you remember back in the day, a couple of years ago, we had the Flocka thing going where people were using the drug and they were literally stripped down naked, running around butt naked, doing craziness. Some were diving into puddles on the ground because their body was so overheated and they felt like they were melting on the inside. And that was one of the reasons why they had to strip out of the clothes and find the nearest watering thing. You name it, it was some crazy stuff. Some of them started eating, smoking or inhaling the bath salts. That's another thing that caused it to you. And they were doing craziness. Some of them were biting off people's skin, body parts, and doing all kind of craziness. People, drugs are bad. Okay? That's all I got to say. Drugs are bad for you. And when you are not in the right state of mind and you smoking weed and you're lacing, not saying there's anything wrong with weed, people. Everybody and their mama has smoked weed in their lifetime. Everybody and their mama has smoked a joint in their lifetime. Okay? They have laced their weed with something. Obviously, if he's a smoker, his had to have been laced with some kind of Molly or some kind of Flocka. I'm just saying. Because those are the only two drugs that will make you do these things. Unless he had a cocktail that was made for him and they put it in the weed or they put it in his drink or something that he ate. I don't know. It still hasn't come out yet what caused this to happen. And it'll probably be a minute because Molly's and Flocka are synthetic drugs. They're hard to trace in your system. And even with whatever testing they have out there, you're rarely going to find any trace of this drug in your system. Okay? What says you? Oh, and I forgot to mention, he also has a prior DUI. Now, word on the street is the NFL hasn't done anything with him yet because they're still trying to wait to see what happened, which is professional on their part because me personally, you can't really knock him until you know exactly what happened. We don't know where he was to start with. We don't know what was going on in his mindset, who he was hanging out with, and who did this to him. But it happened. And ergo, we had a 6'6" black man, 25 years old with dreadlocks, running around Deerfield Beach butt naked. That's all I got to say. So I guess by now you pretty much know what the topic of tonight's What's in the Closet is. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about drugs and its relation to mental health. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. And I just need you to join in with me in this conversation. So get your Facebook fingers ready, your thumbs or whatever it is you use to type on Facebook. Start posting your questions so I can see them up on our beautiful big screen here. And let's get to it. I'm going to take a 2-minute break and come right back. And we are going to go into our next topic of what's in the closet. And tonight's topic again is mental health. So please get your questions ready. Go ahead and share this show, because this show is for every and anybody who you know that's going through some kind of depression, going through some kind of suicide, going through anything in the negative that doesn't have their mind right. Right now, they need to be locked and loaded into this show, because I bought my handy dandy notes with me from my DSM-5. And I also bought some court notes with me from work pertaining to some mental health stuff and things that we can look for. And I'm ready to do this. Okay, so just give me about 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Thank you.
Hi Flexers, welcome to Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, right here on FlexFM.online. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 and 2 p.m. Don't forget, it's The Naked Truth Talk Show, the show that brings the truth to the front line.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
CAR, Caribbean Auto Resource, located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. We have a program built for tax time. Our program includes $500 minimum down payment, cash or trade-in. Qualifies after 30 days on the job. $1,600 minimum income. Units up to 13-year-old. Mileage up to 150,000. Yes, everyone's approved. That's Caribbean Auto Resource. Once again located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. You can contact us by phone at 954-399-3787 or 954-557-9907. Don't forget about our referral program. Refer a friend and earn from $50 up to $200. Yes, it's true. I ask these questions a lot of times, so if you have been wondering, yes, we finance people who don't have a driver's license. Beacon score does not matter. One of my dealer closed a deal on the 383 Beacon. Good credit, bad credit, any credit, you're approved. Don't ask me how they do it, just know that it's done. It's Caribbean Auto Resource. Call them today and you'll be driving in minutes. It's time to stop dreaming and start driving.
Out of my dreams, get into my car.
Tune in to Christine's Closet live every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. here on Flex FM.
Sellers, buyers, homeowners, everyone. The Barrett Group is here to get you the home you need. Selling a home or property? The Barrett Group can be reached at 954-306-8607 to find out how much your home is worth. Buyers, interest rates are at an all-time low. The Barrett Group, 954-306-8607, located at 4977 North State Road 7, Tamarack, Florida. The Barrett Group, South Florida's real estate providers. Thanks, Barrett Group, for your kind sponsorship of this radio station.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, welcome to another edition of Christine's Closet here on Flex FM Radio. I'm asking that everybody please make their comments known and any questions you have. Today's topic that we're getting ready to go into what's in the closet about is dealing with mental health. Okay. Earlier, I talked about some closet hangers that pertain to mental health. And, you know, the closet hanger, like I told you, is dealing with a lot of the things that's going on today. Someone asked me, well, didn't you already do mental health? I was like, yeah, but it's a lot of stuff going on lately in this world and we need to touch on it. So maybe someone needs to hear this. It's about time that we, you know, it's something that we need to touch on every week. So I'm going to try and implement a segment, at least another like 10 minutes of it, to just touch on something mental health in the show as I'm restructuring everything. But I think it's important that everybody understands the importance of mental health and not take it so lightly and not run from it when it's brought up. Because a lot of people, especially in our communities, when they hear mental health, they run from it. But it's here. We deal with it every day. Some of us suffer from anxiety. That's labeled under mental health. Some of us suffer from depression. That's some part of mental health. Okay? Some of us have suicidal thoughts. That's part of mental health. Some of us are diagnosed bipolar. Hello, that's mental health. Some of us have schizophrenia. That is mental health. Okay? So these terminologies that I'm kicking off to you are some serious things. There's medication out there. There's counseling, therapy. There's spiritual session. Anything you name it, they have now to fix and remedy anything you're going through mental health. Okay, I was on a call this morning with my job, and they're getting ready to start a 988 number. It's going to be launched, I think it's next month or by March or something like that. But it's for mental health. I also found out that the VA hospital has a hotline. I forgot what number it's called, under the 988, I think it is also. And it's for our veterans to call in, because postpartum, PTSD, all of those fall under mental health. Okay? So we have to be aware of our surroundings, number one, but we have to be aware of people around us, because not everybody that's going through something is going to share with you what they're going through. Okay? You, as their loved one, as their daughter, child, as I put here in my notes, I know I've addressed this topic before, but in light of everything going on in this world, it needed to be addressed again. My job as a life coach, radio host, mom, daughter, sister, auntie, godmother, friend, and significant other, I need to know that you're okay. On my way here, I went into, since I can't see you guys, I'm going to just take it off. I went into my Facebook page and I posted something a few days ago. So I'm going to start with that. and we'll open the floor to the topic from there. I posted this on my page, and the comments that I got from it was crazy. Okay, so I'm going to read it first. It says, something to think about. What if you were a single parent with a child? You work full-time for $14 an hour. You bring home roughly $800 per paycheck bi-weekly. Your bills, $1,000 for rent, $150 electrical, $250 car payment, $150 for car insurance. So let's do the math. You bring home about $1,600 a month, and your bills average about $1,550, give or take. You're making it, but barely. This doesn't even include groceries, internet, cable, cell phone, etc. Nor does it include child tax credit or child support. Now, it's a really cold December, and you get a power bill for $600. How do you pay that? To put it simply, you don't, because you can't. So your power gets shut off, but you know that your lease says you get evicted if your utilities are terminated. So now you're in court crying to a judge who doesn't care, and you have 10 days to get out. Bless you. Well, you're in luck because you found somewhere with 3 days to spare, and it's only $650 a month. But to get in, you must pass a background and credit check, which you can't because you just got evicted. You've never been a criminal, but even if you could pass it, you're looking at $1,300 to move in after paying the deposit and first month's rent. Time's up. Landlord shows up at 7 a.m. with the police and change your locks. So now you're living in your car with your 7-year-old son and everything you need to get by. You try to get a storage unit, but you don't have a billing address, so they won't sell one to you. So you could only take what would fit in your back seat. You pay to shower at local truck stops and eat whatever can be cooked in a gas station microwave. Someone sees you and your son living like this and calls CPS. Guess what happens next? They remove your child from your care. As if this isn't devastating enough, you lose your job too, because an employee losing their child reflects poorly on this company. So now you apply for an apartment with the region where the waiting list is 3 to 7 years. Then you go into Walmart to put in an application. When you get back to your car, you see that your back window has been smashed and someone helped themselves to your belongings. Remember that it is December and really cold. Now you have damage to your only shelter. You call your car insurance, who says your deductible is $1,000. And they're going to increase your monthly rate since you're now what? High risk. You call the homeless shelter as a last resort and all their beds are full. I'll stop here because I think you get the point. The people we work with every day are these people. We are these people. We are all so close to homelessness and don't even realize it. All it takes is one unexpected bill, one fender bender, one layoff, one house fire, etc. Instead of talking trash about people who are poor, homeless, or need assistance, why don't you try being grateful that you are not in their shoes yet? This is about staying humble and being kind. Be thankful for what you have. When I posted this, someone said, "Girl, you named it." Someone said, "Thank you. My motto was always, we're all a paycheck away from living under the bridge. May the Lord continue to help us all." Someone else said, "Facts. Let's not forget tax on your wages, so you're actually netting less." Someone put up a job posting. Someone said, "Amen. I know this story very well." Someone said, "Man, I remember back in the day as a single parent juggling to make ends meet. I had to rob Peter to pay Paul and still held it down. Some of us found ways to elevate and improve, but we have to continue reaching back to pay out forward for those who can't." Someone said, "Seriously true and real." Someone said, "Facts are facts." Someone said, "This is a lot of people reality every day. We have to give thanks and be humble." Someone else said, Lord, I was blessed back and still grateful and blessed. It could be outdoors with no food, no clothes, etc. Amen, my sis. Amen. So true. God, please open our eyes to see and to love. These are true facts. Some of us once lived some of this reality. Someone else said, amen. So right. People don't know what others are going through, so keep your to yourself. Amen. Well said. Truth. Just real facts. It's the sad truth of today. And the last comment on this a day ago was true story. Hence, I'm still here in China. The struggle is real. People, it's stuff like this that cause everyone to have that one break, that one mental health breakdown, that one, let me take a puff pass and get addicted. Okay? That one thing that caused you to get into that accident, that causes you to get hooked on those painkillers because you got an injury that won't never heal. Your mindset is the biggest tool, biggest weapon that could be either for you or against you. But it's how you control it. It's how you handle it. It's what you do and choose to do with your life going forward. So like you said, humble yourself. Okay? Humble yourself. This was so powerful that I posted it, and the amount of comments on here was incredible. I posted another thing here that 2 days ago. I will never in life write my friends off for not being what I think they should be. You don't have to reach out to me according to any schedule I made up. I'm going to call you, sis. You don't have to attend events I plan. I'm still going to invite you, sis. You don't have to text me back immediately. I'm going to still reply 17 days later when you do text, sis. You don't have to tell me all your problems, but if you need to, I'm always here, sis. You don't have to call me every week. We're going to kiki the exact same way when 6 months have passed, sis. One of the greatest lessons that adult women need to learn is meeting people where they are and to stop writing folks off for being themselves. This whole "we aren't friends because she didn't check on me" narrative is lame, especially when it's women out here struggling to just stay above water every second of every day, fighting their own demons. It's women out here going through divorces, abuse, major depression, financial trouble, family trouble, health issues, and they're supposed to constantly check in on you to be your friend? Law of attraction isn't the same as treat people how they treat you. It's give the universe what you want to receive. Always be the authentic you. Put out love without conditions and give grace so those things will find you. My friendship doesn't have requirements. It doesn't have guidelines or quotas. As long as it's organic, unforced, and non-toxic, you will forever have my love and support. Your 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s gives real perspective on life and that you aren't the center of everyone else's universe. This says, post copied from another phenomenal woman. So the comments that I got from this, I didn't actually read until before I came to the station. One person said they loved it. This comment here is what got to me. I'm in tears. Thank you for posting this. No one knows your pain if you are privately struggling to do the work. And just when you build enough mental fortitude to get up, you face the criticism of not calling a friend back on time. How do you then explain that your biggest accomplishment is trying to want to be alive? It may sound dark, but depression is not always solved by cliche quips of, "Oh, it'll be okay, just go out," from well-meaning friends who truly just don't get it. I mean, I love all of my friends and I'm very grateful for their love, support, and effort, but I honestly have an extremely small group of people who truly get me. The good, the bad, the quiet, introverted me. God help the queens who hold their heads high on the outside while carrying families and friends' expectations on their shoulders. Maybe just the perceived expectation gives a level of anxiety that shuts a person down. May we, unique and unusual processors, be loved truly without any conditions. Now, I don't know if that was for any of you that's listening, locked in, but please post your comments so that we can have a discussion about this. I mean, mental health is so real, okay? I can't say it enough. I cannot stress it enough. I cannot. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to say it. But to just say it is that everybody out here going through something, we internalize. Some of us externalize. Some of us react. Some of us don't. You know, when you're going through a mental health situation, and I'm using that word and stretching it as best I can, because a lot of us do go through mental health problems. I mentioned it earlier. There's anxiety. Some of us are diagnosed with bipolar. Some of us are going through schizophrenia episodes. When we reach a certain time frame in our age in life, we experience it. Some of us do something about it right away, and some of us don't. Okay? But tonight we're going to try and touch on a little bit of everything so that we can identify these triggers, identify what's going on, so we can get to the root of the problem and help our loved ones, our family, our friends, whoever it is that's going through something, so that they're not alone. Okay? At the end of the day, people, we're all we got. All right? Family is your family, whether it's through blood or through however you meet them and make them. It's your family. And like I said, the roles that I play in life, I just want to make sure that you're okay. As recent as my birthday week, I was called a fake friend. Me, a fake friend. The same Christine who all her life, anybody that I know was a ride or die for me or for them. A fake friend? Wow. That cut to the core. But the unbothered Christine, let it go. Because at the end of the day, when somebody calls you your friend, especially me, if I call you a friend, trust me, you are a friend. I know there's a saying that friends come and friends go. People are brought into your life today, for a minute, for a second, a day, or whatever. Whatever purpose you are in that person's life and you serve at that moment, be that. But be it, and be it to the fullest and the best that you can ever be. Because at the end of the day, they cannot say that you were never there for them and whatever have you. All right? A lot of people don't understand what people are going through and take it upon themselves to insert themselves into a situation and not take the time to understand what that person is really going through and figure, oh, well, you know, I went through it. It's not about you right now. It's about him or her. Well, I did this. It's not about you. It's about him or her. You had your moment. It's theirs now. Okay? And not everything that you did or you're going through, you know, everybody sees and can say they're done. I'm going to try and enter in through here to see if I see anything, and I'm not seeing anything still. So it must be my Facebook. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to open the floor for any questions. Anybody want to state anything? Because I know I've been doing a lot of talking. And again, this is me talking blindly because I cannot see any posts of any kind, any questions, any statements. Anybody posting anything, Jamar? Because I can't see anything. I tried to go into my page. I tried to go into the page itself to see if there's anything, so that I'm able to we all are something reflection of each other. Oh, it went away. LaShawn said amen. All right, LaShawn. Welcome to the closet, LaShawn, sister. Welcome to the closet. Gabrielle says amen to mental health being important. Some people don't grow through what they go through, so it's important to be there without making it a big deal. Just ask how they're doing, I guess is what you said. So the comments are coming through. I appreciate you guys. I just can't see them on my phone so I can join in this conversation. And it's killing me right now. Oh. But I just want you guys to understand. Mental health is not a joke. A lot of people have been, pushing it to the side, especially in the Caribbean community. We as a Caribbean community need to stop, and we really need to identify what's really going on and not be afraid, to speak up and say something. I work in a court system where I deal with mental health every day, and I deal with substance abuse every day. I'm also now beginning to deal more and more with the Baker Acts every day. And trust me, what I see coming in, it's majority West Indian people coming in. And it's growing. The community is growing. It's growing. Okay, she said to ask how are you, and listen. Listening is key. Okay? Listening will get you further when you're dealing with someone that's going through something more than anything. Okay? When you're listening to somebody, just take the time. Take the time. It's not going to kill you to sit and listen to someone's story, okay? It's not. Because you're going to learn so much about what that person is going through, all right? In that just give them 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's all they need is 2 minutes. Just for you, they just need to get it off their chest. Some people just need to get something off their chest. Some people just need to vent. I tell my friends all the time when I text them or they text me and they're saying something, I say, hey, listen, at the end of the day, I'm here for you. If you need to call me to vent, you want to hit a wall, whatever it is you want to do, I'd rather you pick up the phone and call me first. Interrupt me. That's why I tell them, interrupt me. So that I can talk you down before you go out and do something crazy. All right? So with that being said, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, we got a bunch of disorders. We got a bunch of things that's going on. One of them is schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, delusional disorder, enduring delusions that may be accompanied by non-prominent hallucinations pertinent to the nature of the delusion itself. Functioning is not significantly affected apart from behaviors specifically related to delusions. Behavior generally does not appear to be odd or peculiar. Types of delusions may be grandiose, presecurity, jealous, somatic, mixed, or unspecified. I know for a fact that with schizophrenia, it can develop into personalities, which they said. And in these personalities, I've witnessed several people, and I've dealt with several people who have had multiple personalities come out and greet me. A lot of people will say, oh, it's something that you see in a movie. Nope. You'll be surprised that I would say about 75% of the people walking the street next to you on a day-to-day basis, or sitting in an office with you or wherever you are suffering with some form of schizophrenia. Okay? They have substance and medication-induced psychotic disorder, evidenced by the manifestation of the symptoms of psychotic disorder during or soon after exposure to a substance or medication or withdrawal therefrom. Psychotic disorder due to another medical condition. Condition is the direct consequence of another medical condition. So all this seems like foreign to everybody. But when they say substance and medication induced, you have a lot of people that are walking the streets, the homeless people that are homeless because they lost their home, they lost their job, they lost everything, and they have nowhere else to go. Then you have a lot of people that are homeless on the street that are suffering with some kind of mental illness, schizophrenia being one of them, okay? And it's pretty much where they've allowed an inner voice, an inner person that's living inside of their body to come out and take over, pretty much. In every schizophrenia person that has multiple personalities, there's always going to be a child. There's always going to be an adult. There's always going to be a teenager. And there's always going to be you. There could be more. An elderly person sometimes, a really evil person. And most of these behaviors and these disorders are formed because of some kind of trauma that you've been through. Okay? Most people have either been sexually molested. Some people have been abused in some way, shape, or form. Sorry for the patterns. If it's going to kill you, I apologize, but I'm getting a little cool and I need to stay warm. Huh? I know. I just need my little chain to go back and forth. Yes, I'm trying to hypnotize you with my patterns. Yes. But in dealing with the different types of schizophrenia and different disorders, whether it's coming from substance abuse and medicated, or if it's coming from a post-traumatic disorder or something, you have to listen. You have to be patient. You cannot panic. You cannot, overexert yourself and stress yourself out. Take the person to a psychiatrist, to a doctor first they need to get examined to determine what caused this. You know what I'm saying? And once they identify the cause, they need to start identifying how they're going to treat it. And it's very important that you follow the steps that are given to you. And if you're getting information that you don't believe, you're always open to second opinions. A lot of people don't understand that, but you can get a second opinion. You don't always have to go with what you've learned. If you're not buying what you're being told, get a second opinion. All right? Bipolar and related disorders. Bipolar 1 disorder characterized by the following episodes. A manic episode. A period of greatly elevated, persistent, heightened mood characterized by increased activity, energy, or irritability lasting at least a week. Characterized by the presence of at least 3 of the following. Grandiosity, insomnia. I can't pronounce that word. I didn't pronounce it the last time either. I'm not going to pronounce it again. Incoherent, disconnected, rapid successions of thoughts. Difficulty in paying attention and focusing. Agitation. Restlessness. Increase in goal-directed activity. Excessive engagement in unrestrained behaviors with a high likelihood of negative outcomes. For example, compulsive shopping, gambling, entering into high-risk business ventures. So, bipolar 1 disorder happens from a manic episode. What are the outcomes? You're compulsive shoppers, you're gamblers, people entering into high-risk business ventures and knowing that they can't handle these things. This is what the outcome of this manic episode is for bipolar 1 disorder. Hypomanic episodes, similar to manic episode, but period lasts for at least 4 consecutive days. Major depressive episodes, indicated by the presence of at least 5 of the following during a sustained 2-week period. Persistent negative mood, diminished satisfaction or pleasure from engaging in nearly all activities, significant weight loss, chronic insomnia or hypersomnia, agitation, fatigue, feelings of worthlessness, difficulty concentrating and focusing, suicidal ideations. All of these are bipolar 1 disorders, and these are the 3 different episodes that can cause you to have a direct episode disorder from this thing here. Thank you. Thank you, Gabby. Appreciate you, girl. Thank you for the questions. I appreciate you because I don't know what's going on here today. So someone posts, I'm going to go into the questions. Sorry to cut this off. I'll be back with this, but I'm going to go into the questions, which is what I wanted. We are all product of mental health. It's the demon within the skeleton walls of our soul. Until something tick it off, we become the lost, unwanted soul of society. That's how you get into your different types of depressions and your disorders like schizophrenia, bipolar, and stuff like that. Thank you, Cujo, for that. Mr. Classic states, can substance abuse trigger or cause mental health issues or breakdown? To answer your question, yes. Substance abuse can trigger and or cause a mental health issue or breakdown. And the reason being is you have someone that smokes weed or has used drugs, bless you, for a very long time, bless you, for a very long time, and will not stop, to the point where their brain has become so accustomed to this drug or to this substance or whatever it is they're using that it begins to alter their thoughts. It begins to alter the way they do things. And it changes their personality. It changes their way they do things, the process of their day-to-day life. It can trigger and cause them to have a mental breakdown. Drugs, substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, whichever, deteriorates after a while. And when you deteriorate your brain function, your brain cells, your thoughts, your thinking process, the way you do things, your day-to-day life and living also begins to deteriorate with it, which causes you to go into a mental state. Like I said earlier, about 75% of the people walking around are walking around in a catastrophic type of state with some kind of disorder, whether it's bipolar, schizophrenia, anxiety, something, because of drugs, because of alcohol abuse and whatever have you. So yes, to answer your question, Mr. Forbes, yes, it can trigger that. Someone else posted, mental health is somewhat handled taboos in many cultures. They ignore the signs. Caring is healing. Show kind words by helping. Yes, that's one of the solutions. Oh, there it is up there. Yes, that's one of the solutions, helping. But you also have those people that don't want help. And you have those people that love the state of mind that they're living in, to the point where they're so used to and so accustomed to this lifestyle that they don't want anything else. Like I tell the clients every day when they call and they ask and they inquire as to, what's going on. Majority of them are dealing with their children who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, sometimes 50s and 60s. We get them all. And the parents are filing Marchment Acts against them. A Marchment Act is a substance abuse related court order for treatment, which is usually up to 90 days of treatment, whether it's outpatient or inpatient. And it's usually filed by a loved one or a police officer or someone that feels that this person needs help and is not helping themselves and is refusing to get help. So they turn to the courts to get it. And in filing this, I've come to know that a lot of people don't understand when their loved one is diagnosed with a substance abuse problem or with a mental health problem, and the two intertwine each other. Most people that have a mental health problem and are on medication turn to drugs when the medication is not giving them the high that they want anymore. Okay? So they turn to their favorite drug, ergo marijuana, whether it's cocaine, some kind of opioid, they use it. The high that they get from that drug or substance is better and they feel better than when they're taking their prescribed medications. Okay? So therefore they chuck the medication and turn around and use the drugs. So now you're dealing with a dual diagnosed person. And in dual diagnosed in our world, Marchman world, it's someone that's labeled as a mental health as well as having a substance abuse problem. That's a client that is very hard to deal with because you have so much going on with them and so much resistance from them that it drives everybody crazy. And I don't say crazy in the mental health kind of way, but crazy as in the families don't know what else to do. They're all over the place. They're asking questions. They want answers. They want stuff done right now. Everything needs to happen now. This person needs help. They're not going to do this. And what if they don't do this? And, you know, and they ying to the point where your head is about to explode. But you got to maintain your calmness and your cool. And you got to try and understand where they are. And a lot of people won't understand until they've experienced it themselves. And you can really empathize with a person. Okay? When you're dealing with substance abuse by itself, it's a beast. When you're dealing with mental health and substance abuse together, it's like I said with COVID, 2 MAC-10 trucks crashing against each other and the Hulk is in there fighting you at the same time. It's a beast. It really is. I'm trying to see what other questions are being posted. Let me see. Anything else? No. All right. Any questions you guys have, go ahead and post them. I'm trying to work with this. This is crazy. Crazy. I can't believe this one. But to each his own. We're going to get through this. So while I'm waiting for some more questions to be posted, we have some depressive disorders that we need to go and look at as well. And in depressive disorders, disruptive mood, dysregulation disorder, major depressive disorder, and persistent depressive disorder, dysthymia. Disruptive mood dysregulation disorder is characterized by frequent outbursts of temper over a period lasting at least 1 year, with no more than a 3-month period without outbursts. On average, outbursts occur 3 or more times weekly, and individuals' mood is chronically irritable and angry. Diagnosis is typically made between the ages of 6 and 18. So some of you that have those children that are angry all the time, or, you know, doing all kind of things that outburst at you, you need to get them checked out. Don't be afraid to take your child to get a check. Basically what they're going to do is run tests. And in run tests, I don't mean draw blood. Running a test doesn't always mean drawing blood, people. Running tests mean a series of questions they'll ask, some, you know, different things they'll have them do activity-wise. I remember when my son was diagnosed with having seizures, and they had put him on some medication, my youngest one. We took him to Cleveland Clinic has a hospital, Dan Marino Center out there in Weston. And the doctors put him on this medication where I literally saw my child crawl up the wall, okay? And I stopped him from taking the medication. And second opinion for me came in right away. I ended up taking him down to Memorial, Joe DiMaggio Hospital. We got linked with a doctor down there, and this lady had an airplane cockpit in the middle of her office. And immediately, my son jumped out of my hands, walked over to this cockpit, and turned it on. Didn't ask no questions, didn't flip with the switches. He just immediately walked over, flip, flipped the switch and turned this cockpit on. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think it was real. It was a real cockpit, and she had it there for that particular reason. We later found out there was nothing wrong with my child mentally, as the other doctors were trying to prescribe him on medications. We found out that my child was rather smart, okay? And that not every child that walked into her office knew exactly what to do with this airplane cockpit. And my child got out of my arms, went over, flip, and flipped the switch. Now, he wasn't at an age where you can read, so he couldn't see the on-off sign on the switch. And the letters, it was an actual cockpit of an airplane that she had, just the board of it sitting in the middle of her floor. She didn't tell the parents what it was until after the child figured out how to cut it on and off and what it was trying to play with it or whatever have you. And we later found out that, you know, the seizures that he had was him doing like a tremor while being tested. And kids do have shakes and stuff like that. But it just goes to show how important, if you're taking your child to get tested for something and deals with their mental health, it deals with their health, period, get a second opinion. It doesn't hurt. In my case, it worked, because all I know, my child would have been hooked on some medication and we'd be going through some stuff with him had I not listened to my mother. And we had the conversation and we talked about it and we took him for the second opinion, and I'm glad I did. Is my child smart to this day? He sure is. He sure is. So I say that to say, we as parents, we as family members and loved ones, we need to pay attention to our children. We need to pay attention to our family members. We need to pay attention to our friends. We need to pay attention to our surroundings. And we need to ask, are you okay? What's going on? And double check with people. Because at the end of the day, if you're not doing this, you're letting people slide into the community, and then 2 days later you hear, oh, so-and-so died. What happened? I just spoke to him the other day. Da, da, da. He said he was fine. No, he wasn't fine. Going through some things, okay? We people have to stop internalizing things, okay? We have to stop. Anxiety disorder. And that anxiety disorders typically last at least 6 months, involve a disproportionate fear response relative to the actual danger posed, and involve maladaptive behaviors by the individual to avoid the anxiety provoking entity or situation. There's separation anxiety disorder, which is an inordinate anxiety upon separation from parties the individual has formed a close emotional attachment to, as manifested by the presence of at least 3 of the following conditions: repeated intense anxiety when anticipating or experiencing separation from home or significant others. So much here, hold on. It's chronic refusal or unwillingness to venture out away from home due to fear or separation. Chronic and significant anxiety about being left alone and separated from attachment figures. Refusal or unwilling to sleep away from home while separated from attachment figures. Recurring nightmares about separation, recurring physical problems, headaches, nausea, gastrointestinal distress when anticipating or experiencing separation. Separation anxiety, people, is so serious. You just heard it here. Headaches, nausea, gastrointestinal distress from separation. Anxiety. That little A word is so powerful. Okay? Selective mutism, characterized by reticence in situations where speaking is expected. Condition interferes with social, educational, or vocational aspects of life. Conditions last at least 1 month. is not due to difficulties with vocabulary or language. Example, learning a foreign language. Specific phobia, characterized by a I can never get this word out. Fear response to a specific object or situation. The fear response is almost always immediately elicited by the presence of a phobic object or situation. The phobia producing entity is actively avoided or only tolerated with great anxiety. The fear manifested is out of proportion to the actual danger proposed by the phobia producing entity. Fear and avoidance responses typically persist for at least 6 months. So, my phobia is snakes. I don't like them. I don't like iguanas. I don't like them. I don't like lizards. I don't like them. When I see them, you darn skippy. I go in the opposite direction, okay? And call me whatever you want to call me. I don't like them. I have a phobia for them. I don't like them. I know when a lizard is in the room, my skin crawls. I don't like them. Some people have a phobia of balloons, clowns, you name it. How do we overcome these things? Well, I thought by touching a snake would help me. Nah. I thought by touching an iguana it would help me. Nope. Been there, done that. As they say in Jamaica, minalaiki. Right, Jamar? Minalaiki. Okay. Done. I don't like them. They have social anxiety disorders, panic disorders, generalized anxiety disorders, and again, substance and medicated induced anxiety disorders. Okay, so no matter what you're going through, that substance abuse and medication induced does not move far from behind. Okay, we have to pay attention, people, to the signs. Okay, when somebody's telling you they don't like something, don't force them. If somebody's complaining for chest pains, it's not always a heart attack. It's an anxiety attack. It feels like you're having a heart attack. It really does. It really does. We got more questions. Thank you, Gabby. Oh gosh, I love Gabby here. Thank you, darling. There are others who inflicted mental health upon children. This makes a child believe that they are sick. How sad. Yes, that is true. Remember that lady, Jamar, I don't know if you remember, who made her child sick? It was a white lady way back in the 80s. Oh, you were a baby. Never mind. Sorry. My bad. He's looking, if you guys could see him, he's looking like, here's the computer. Here's the computer. This is him. I'm sorry, Jamar. I keep forgetting. Well, there was this lady. I'm trying to remember what it was exactly that she put on her child. And
did she force her to be in a wheelchair?
No. Well, she ended up in a wheelchair, but she forced this little girl to go through some fake medical something, and was inflicted. It was brought up in school. They learned about it in school and stuff like that. Because my son, one of my children, had to do something with it. But yes, it is sad how people do believe and make children feel like they're sick. But your facial expression was the best. A 2-year-old child is not mental. Sometimes some parents inflicted stress to cause label on the child through our growth. That is true too. That is true too. Labeling can destroy a child. Yes, it can. All of this plays into the mental health. It sure does. Let's see what else we got here. My granddaughter at 4 stuttered. She is growing out of so intelligent. We changed schools. It was because she gets excited when expressing herself. Yes. She stutters no more. You're right. No, your children and ask questions. Why do you need to get second opinion? Well, there you have it. He gave a perfect example. His granddaughter was stuttering at 4. She gets expressively excited when she expresses herself, and she stutters. You have some people that stutter and they're not getting excited or expressing themselves, and they get bullied. That's another form that can cause some things and some people to go through some stuff. Okay, what people fail to realize that this all leads in to the mental health umbrella. Okay, we all have to be aware of our surroundings. I can't stress it enough. We all have to pay attention to our children and what they're going through. We all have to pay attention to our loved ones. You got some adults out there that are being bullied today, and we don't recognize it. We don't know it because we're not going to say anything. We're going to keep it in. We're going to internalize it. We're going to, allow that person to come to us and check for things. Okay? I don't know what else to go through with these disorders, but there's a bunch of them that we need to check and identify. There's also trauma and stressor related disorders, where we talk about the post-traumatic stress disorder. Condition lasts at least 1 month and results from experiencing actual threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence as manifested by at least one of the following: directly experiencing or witnessing a traumatic event, becoming aware of close friends or family members suffering a traumatic event, or repeated exposure to aversive aspects of traumatic events. People, we got to be on top of this mental health thing. We had a few athletes in the days last year that dropped out of the Olympics because they needed to get a mental health break. Simone Biles was one of them. Top gymnast in the world. Took a step back. And people thought she was crazy for doing it. But she was not crazy. She was having a severe mental health break, and she needed the time to just check herself and reevaluate. What was the football player's name for the Dolphins? Black guy, dreads. Ricky Williams. Perfect example again. Ricky Williams used to wear his helmet 24/7. Would not take that bad boy off. Every time you seen Ricky Williams, he had that dolphin helmet on his head with all them dreads. Ricky Williams then turned to smoking weed as a way of overcoming his anxiety and his disorder and his depression. Then he got labeled. Then he got booted off the team. And then he went downhill from there. Who was the last person to hear anything about Ricky Williams? Does anybody know who Ricky Williams is now? What he look like? What he's doing? When the last time you checked on your brother? I'm just saying. Okay. We had what was the runner's name? I don't remember these people's names. I just remember the scenarios. But the female runner who was smoking weed, her mom had just died, or grandmother just died, and she lost the race, and because she tested positive and got put out for a month or so, came back and they thought she was going to win, and she didn't win that race, but she came back later and she won a race. But she too was going through some mental health stuff. She just lost a relative, a parent at that, and going through the motions. People, we have to pay attention to each other. We have to pay attention to our brothers and sisters out there. Okay? You have to, I don't want to use the word be nosy, but got to ask the right questions. Okay? And in this trying time and age, especially with this pandemic, the last 2 years and still going forward, people are losing their jobs left, right, and center. People are depending on stimulus checks to survive. People are depending on a lot of things. And when it doesn't come true, they start to form an anxiety trail. They start to form depression. And depression leads into so many different things. It opens so many doors to negativity in your life. Let it go. What did I tell you guys earlier? It's time for you to leave that dark place and really trust God for your healing. Okay? What was her name? Shakari Richardson. That was her name. Thank you. That's why he's here. That's my backup right there. That's my brain right there. Yeah. She was one of them. There was an actor or actress. Was it Zenaida? Zanaya? What's her name? Zendaya. Wasn't she one that took a mental health break too? Yeah.
I think I was recent.
She was recently the one to take. Listen, people, I tell my job all the time. Every month, I'm taking a day, maybe two. Because the type of work that I deal with and the type of work that I do for a living, I need to take a mental health break. You got to do it. Even if I just sit home and don't go nowhere, or if I go get my feet done, my nails done, something, I got to do something for myself to take my mind. It's like you need to do that switch off, on, lights off, light out. You got to do that every once in a while. And you got to check out and check in somewhere that's going to give you peace, somewhere that's going to give you some kind of spiritual healing. Some people check out and go to spas, some take retreats, some do church events, some find something in the neighborhood to do, play cards, whatever it is. Coloring helps. I've turned to coloring. That is very relaxing for me. I get very creative and I like to paint. I like to do different things. I like to make things. You know, whatever makes you happy on the inside, whatever makes you smile, makes your heart smile. Some people dance. Some people sing. Some people write poetry. Whatever it is that helps you come full circle with your mental health and helps you to relax and help you to do the things that you need to do, lighting a candle, whatever it is, do it. And do it for you. Take the time for yourself. Your life depends on it. Your health depends on it. You depend on it. And your loved ones depend on it. Because at the end of the day, you're worth it. Okay? I'm going to go back over my closet hangers for today because they touched a lot on these mental health things. In the group chat, I'm going to post some stuff tomorrow and to help you guys. I'm trying to help you be as motivated as possible by posting these things as they pop up to help you guys realize, humble yourself, people. Come on. You got to. So our closet hangers for today. What is boundary? Be aware of what is unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you and know that it's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. Okay? It's time for you to leave that dark place and really trust God for your healing. If you're a giver, know your limits because takers don't have any. If you quit now, you'll end up right back where you first began. And when you first began, you were desperate to be where you are right now. Keep going. If you're not being treated with love and respect, check your price tag. Perhaps you have marked yourself down. It's you who tells people what you're worth by what you accept. Get off the clearance rack and get behind the glass where they keep all the valuables. That's where you belong. All right. These were my closet hangers today, people. And they all had something to do with mental health in some way. I tell you guys every week to know your worth, add tax, and add a tip to it. Because without knowing your worth and without knowing how far your buttons can be pushed without you reacting to something, you don't know yourself. You got to be able to control things. Control your temper, control your anger, control. I'm in control. Dun, dun. Oh no, wrong show. This is not America's most, what is it? American Idol? You're not laughing, Jamar? Singing was wrong? Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But people, in all seriousness, though, we need to take stock in our mental health. We need to take stock in our lives. We need to take stock in ourselves. And we need to do this right away. There's too much going on in the world. Too much going on in the world. And you got too many people depending on you to make a difference, and too many people depending on you to help them. And it's not always financial help that everybody reaches out to you for. Some people reach out to you for advice. Some people reach out to you because they just don't know who else to call. Okay? It's kind of like being the rock of the family, or the rock, that person that somebody always turns to and needs some kind of help or some kind of assistance. And that always ends up being you. It just so happens to be that way. We need to know how to establish boundaries, like it said, because at some point in time in our lives, people are going to be pulling on us and pulling on us and pulling on us and pulling on us to the point where we can't anymore. And it's not cool. It really isn't. So take stock in everything that you've been through in your life, whatever age you are, and try to make a list. Journal if you can, your thoughts, your feelings. You need to get it out. Stop internalizing. I done said that about 5 times already on this show. Here's a 6th time. Stop internalizing. Stop internalizing. The more you internalize, the worse it gets for you. Okay? Because you internalizing, it affects your heart. It affects your metabolism. Internalizing affects everything. Your blood pressure. It affects your blood sugar. It affects, everything about you, and could cause you to stress. Stress is the #1 silent killer in the United States of America. It's the #1 silent killer in the world. You got a lot of people today that are dying because they're stressed out about news that they received, business ventures that they're part of, medical diagnosis, family and loved ones calling them 24/7. You're under attack for something. It's always something. And at some point in time in your life, you have to be the person to put a stop to it. It's just that simple. It's hard for you to do because you don't know any better. And it kind of makes people wonder sometimes, well, are you addicted to it? Is this something that you just like to do all the time? Has it become something that you really and truly just can't let go of? Or is it just who you are and what you like? But at the end of the day, you need to check it because it's killing you slowly. Okay? Not killing you softly, killing you slowly. All right? We have to take heed in our lives, in our day-to-day, in the things that we do, the people that we're around. We got to protect ourselves and protect your spirit, man. At the end of the day, it's going to be hard, something hard to do, but it's something that we have to do. Cujo says, the pressure of life causes mental health. Yes. Gabrielle says, so true, Cujo Barnett, and its importance is not understood by most. Just wish people would understand the importance of being kind. Kill them with kindness is what my grandmother used to say. Kill them with kindness. Internalizing can lead to autoimmune diseases. Someone also says talk therapy works. It does. Listening therapy works too. Just take the time to do this, people. I'm telling you. Take the time to talk to somebody. I'm a life coach. And I stress this every Thursday, but yet people, I guess, take me for a joke or don't believe me. So it's up to you. But this platform that I put here on Flex FM, this is what we do in Life Coach. We talk things through. We bring up topics. We talk to them. We got clients. They come to us. We try to help you the best we can. And if it's something out of our scope, we refer you out to somebody. But talking and listening is what we do. Mainly listening. Because at the end of the day, you have the answer to your own problems right deep down inside. It's just up to me to help you find it. So if you're interested in using my services as a life coach, go ahead and DM me in the Facebook or on Instagram. Okay, I'm under Christine's Closet, or I'm under Christine Charles under Facebook. But I need you guys to understand the importance and to know that there's help out there. There's services out there for you. Community services are out there, and don't be ashamed to utilize them. There's nothing wrong with it. When we have hurricanes and they're giving away free water, y'all be the first ones in line. You ain't ashamed for that. When we had no food the other day, they was giving away food in them food lines. Y'all was in them food lines. You had no shame for that. But when you're going through something and you're depressed and you keep it in and you're barking at people and you're attacking people and someone recommends go talk to somebody, why are you ashamed of that? Come on now, people. I'm going to need you to do better. Okay? Do better. Not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. Do better. Do better. Really, Jamar? We need a choir organ. I'm going to start shaking around. Yes. And the Lord said, but seriously, and if it all fails, get on your knees and pray. Put your hands up and ask God to rebuke whatever this evil spirit is that's brewing up inside of you. Take it out. Release it. Okay? These are things that you guys have to start doing and start realizing and recognizing. I'm so serious. So serious. Come on, people. Let's do this. Let's do this. Any more questions? Any more comments? Anything before we start to close out our show this evening? I know this topic may have triggered some people, and I apologize for that. It wasn't done maliciously. It wasn't brought up to anybody to maliciously stir up any old feelings. It was brought up because we have a lot going on in this world today, and it needs to be addressed. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to touch on it. I'm not afraid to share experiences on it. I'm not afraid to walk you through the process. I'm not afraid to hold your hand. I'm not afraid to listen to you. I'm not afraid. If you got 10 voices in you, introduce me to each one of them. I want to know them. Because one by one, we'll get rid of them. One by one. Okay? Any last minute quotes, questions, anything coming through? Gabby, you have been my eyes and ears. I appreciate you, my sister, of the Real McCoy Show here on every Monday on Flex FM at 7, from 7 to 8 p.m. You can catch Gabby. Also on Wednesdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., Jamar? She's here also with her co-host to talk on sex, Sex at 6? Sex at 6. All right. And y'all already know the captain is on board Monday through Friday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. and Fridays till 4 with his Naked Truth show. All right. Lunch with TC and the Naked Truth. I wonder if he had... No, I ain't going to go there. I'm not going to go there. You know where I was going, Javar, right? I'm not going to go there. But... before we wind down, before we close up shop, close the closet doors, actually, I just want to thank each and every one of you for being patient with me and my technical difficulties. I apologize that I had to, go the way I did, but I appreciate my sister again for having my back. That's what sisters do. That's how we do this thing. This topic may not have helped you, but it may help somebody else. So please, please, please like and share this show with somebody. I hope I was able to at least enlighten you a little bit on the mental health side. What I'm going to do later on in the year when it becomes the mental health awareness time, at least I'm not going to wait till that time, because I don't like wait until something happens to bring somebody on, because then it looks like, oh, she only had them on there because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. No. I like to bring people on to bring awareness, because mental health is not just done once a month, a year, a specific month in a year. Mental health is every day, and it's affecting each and every one of us. and something needs to be done and something needs to be said. Okay? I hope I was able to reach you, teach you, at least give you some kind of inkling of what you need to start looking and working on. Again, if I caused any triggers, I apologize in advance. This show was not meant to do that. I am not meant to do that. Okay? And again, if you need the services of a life coach in general, my name is Christine. Last name is Charles. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Christine's Closet on Facebook. And just DM me, okay? Or message me if you're in need of my services or if you're in need of help or you're looking for some kind of information. I'd rather you reach out and say, hey, I need help with this or that so I can point you in the right direction or try to help you myself if I'm not able to, all right? But please know that you are loved. Everyone here is human. Everyone's opinion is their opinion. Nobody's being forced to say anything or make these comments. If you share anything personal about yourself on this show, it's here on this show, okay? I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out this evening to join me here in the closet. Again, thank you. I pray you got something from tonight's show. Again, please like and share the show with someone. If you're interested in being a sponsor for my show, send me a link in my DM, please. I'd appreciate it. I need you to please be safe. May God continue to bless you. I wish you a good night. Thank you. Appreciate that. And again, keep locked and tuned in here on Flex FM. Every day this week, we have something going on from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock in the morning. 24/7, the show is going. It doesn't stop. We have DJs, we have talk shows, we have interesting events that we put on in the community. If you have kids that play sports, we have the soccer link that we do where we go out and we do a broadcast of the soccer games locally. There's always something going on here at Flex FM. So do take the time to check us out. We are your community station. We are here for you. And if there's anything you need, by far, reach out to any one of the personalities that you see here on a day-to-day basis. All right? I have nothing else in the closet. My doors are closing. I'm feeling like I'm getting claustrophobic in here right now. But anywho, I wish you guys a good night. Have a happy rest of your Thursday evening. Again, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. If you're driving on the road and you are listening, thank you so much. I know who you are. But please be safe. The weather out there has been good for the past couple of days, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. We had a storm that reached over the country, and, I guess that's why we have this weather coming on is whenever it rains, the next morning we're going to have a little cold front. So please, please bundle up. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Get vaccinated. Get your booster if you haven't already. I am fully vaccinated. I had my booster. I am ready. Okay? Mask up, people. Keep your mask on. Do your sanitizing. It still helps. Washing your hands still helps. Okay? Take your COVID vitamins regimen that you were given from the beginning. What is it? Zinc, B12, vitamin C, and D3. Make sure you're taking those things. If you take any other supplements like turmeric or ginger, lemon water helps. Hot lemon water helps in the morning to keep the congestion down. Please do your remedies, whatever it is, to keep continuously protecting yourself and your loved ones. All right? We need you to always arrive alive and to stay focused and humble yourself. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a good night. Bye-bye.
One prayer heal all those wounds. Just remember that Jah feels your pain. Jah feels your pain. The sky's not blue. My native don't give up too soon. Just remember that Jah feels your pain. Jah feels your pain.
Hi Flexers, welcome to Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, right here on FlexFM.online. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 and 2 p.m. Don't forget, it's the Naked Truth Talk Show, the show that brings the truth to the front line.